In this module, you will learn how you can become involved in public policy. We will discuss the relevant legislative bodies and agencies that you might wish to contact, and will provide information on how you can stay informed and up to date on policies that interest you. First, the most important step to take in making a difference in your community is to make sure that you are informed. Try to find nonprofits that are interested in the same issues as you. Sign up for their mailing lists and follow them on social media in order to stay informed. Many national nonprofits have local chapters of volunteers who clean up trash, advocate for conservation, and do community outreach. Such groups are always very excited to have younger members. Your school may have its own conservation club already that you could join, or if not, you could start one. Impacts are always greater when like-minded people work together. All state agencies are required to make their actions public under Florida's Sunshine Law. Agencies have options that allow you to sign up for their email lists so that you can stay up to date. Each agency will have a place on its webpage where you can go to subscribe to news and updates, as shown here. Agencies post public notices and a calendar of their meetings online on their own websites, where the top arrow is pointing, and on the Florida Administrative Register. The Florida Administrative Register contains a calendar of all upcoming public agency meetings statewide. If you cannot find something you are looking for online, or you are interested in something specific, you can call or email any agency for information as part of a public records request. You can also use online resources to follow legislative activities. The Florida House and Senate each maintain websites that allow you to sign up for updates on a particular bill, to view all bills, or to view the calendar of bills that are under review. This slide shows a screenshot of the Florida Senate homepage when the legislature is in session. You can see the calendar displayed for the day. The top bar provides a number of helpful links, including a link to allow you to subscribe to a personalized bill tracker to stay abreast of all important issues related to your bill of interest. The House has a companion page at the flhouse.gov website. Legislative and agency resources are among the best resources for finding information about your issue of interest. However, it always helps to be as informed as possible, so you may want to do some additional research. It can sometimes be difficult, though, to determine whether information on the internet is reliable. The best sources are generally from universities, government agencies, or sometimes nonprofits. Nonprofits can be an excellent source of information, but you should always do your homework on the nonprofit before relying on their information to determine whether they might have a bias. For example, many industry groups form nonprofit collaborations for lobbying purposes. Some of the best resources are online journal databases containing peer-reviewed articles written by experts. Always make sure to cite your sources so that others can determine how reliable your information is as well. There are always a number of players involved in making decisions on any important issue. For water issues in the state of Florida, there are both federal and state players. Within each of those categories, there are legislators and agencies involved. The United States Congress consists of the House and the Senate. Congress makes the laws, and the agencies then enforce them. For example, Congress passed the Clean Water Act, and the EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers are in charge of making rules about what levels of pollution are safe, and then are responsible for issuing permits that allow people or industries to discharge waste to waterways or to build construction projects in wetland areas. If you want to give feedback on a bill in Congress, call the House or Senate. If you want to give feedback on a particular permit or a new regulation or rule, contact the agency in charge. This video demonstrates how to reach your representative. Each state has several representatives. The number of representatives each state has is based on the state's population. As one of the largest states by population, Florida has 27 representatives. Each state also has 2 senators. To call your senator, use the same process described in the video, but when you get to the switchboard, ask to be connected to one of your senators and ask them to support or oppose SB and then the number of the bill you're interested in. HB stands for House Bill, and SB stands for Senate Bill. Congress is especially interested in hearing from young people, so make your voice heard.
You've heard people ask you to call Congress about one thing or another. You may have thought, I don't know how. Well, this short video will show you how to call the House of Representatives. As you know, there are two chambers in the United States Congress, the House and the Senate. For a bill to become a law, it has to be approved by both chambers and then the President. Remember, Congress represents you. You have the ability to let them know how you think they should vote on the issues. Okay. To call the House of Representatives, you're going to need 5 things: a telephone or your cell, your state and your zip code, Capitol switchboard telephone number, and the legislative bill number or bill name. It should start with HR. And also, whether or not you want your representative to support or oppose the bill. Call in the morning so you don't have to worry about time zone differences. Pick up your phone and dial this number, 202-224-3121. When a person answers, say, "Hello, I'd like to be connected to my representative's office. My zip code is..." The switchboard operator may ask for your full address to get the exact district. The switchboard will connect you to your representative's office. When a staff person answers the phone, say, "Hello, my name is... I would like to ask the representative to support Bill HR," or "I would like to ask the representative to oppose Bill HR. Please tell the representative, thank you." The person may ask if you live in the representative's state and possibly your address to make sure you live in their district. If they do, politely give them the information. The staff person will make a note of your call and tell their boss. Congratulations! You have now exercised your power as a constituent. This is true civic engagement. It wasn't hard, was it? See? That was a piece of cake. Remember, just call this number, 202-224-3121, and follow the steps you saw in this video.
The state of Florida has a number of its own laws and policies to protect Florida's waters, as you learned in Module 3. As with the federal process, the state legislature is in charge of making new laws and, importantly, with setting the budget for the state, including deciding how much money should be set aside for conservation efforts like springs protection and restoration. State agencies also have an important role in formulating water policy. The Department of Environmental Protection, or DEP, makes rules setting pollution standards for the state. The state is also divided into a number of water management districts, each charged with formulating water policy specific to their particular region, because Florida's hydrology is highly variable throughout the state. Local governments and Florida Fish and Wildlife are also major stakeholders and help the other agencies craft water policy. The easiest way to find your current local legislators is to look them up online. The Florida House website allows you to conveniently look up all of your elected officials and provides their mailing addresses and phone numbers. If you would prefer to submit your comments by email, use Google or Facebook to find your senator or representative's office, where there will be an easily accessible link to contact them online. Often the best way to contact an agency is simply to use their online system for contacting staff or submitting comments. You can always call for information on who is in charge of the rule or permit you are interested in. This example shows a screenshot of the Florida DEP website and how to use the online contact system. If you already know the name of the person you wish to direct your comments to, you can use the Florida 411 website to look up that person's contact information. You can also look up contacts on Florida 411 by agency, county, or phone number. As an informed citizen, you are one of the spring's strongest advocates. Share your knowledge with your friends and family, and reach out to your community for opportunities to educate others. Use social media to share updates. It can often be helpful to connect with other allied groups so that your voice is magnified together. Write a letter to the editor of the local newspaper to reach a wide audience or to comment and give your viewpoint on a story in the media. If each person you educate also reaches out to others, your impact can be huge. In this lesson, we've covered who to contact to express your views on a particular springs protection issue, how to contact your elected officials, how to become and stay informed, and how to communicate what you have learned to your friends, family, and local community. Hopefully now you feel prepared to become involved in public policy and springs protection. In-person meetings with elected officials are often one of the best ways to draw attention to your issue of interest. Elected officials and their staff are eager to meet with constituents to learn how the community they represent feels about a particular issue. Your assignment for this activity is to get together in groups of 2 to 4 and to take turns advocating about an aspect of springs conservation, such as water use reductions or nutrient pollution regulations. Keep in mind that when you meet with an elected official, the number one most important part of the conservation is your ask. Your ask is what you want them specifically to do. For example, please support Bill X, or please vote in favor of/against this issue, or please direct funds towards the purchase of conservation lands. In addition to your ask, you want to make sure to have plenty of information in hand to educate the representative on your issue. A great way to educate others in the community and to spread the word about a particular issue is by writing an op-ed or letter to the editor and submitting it to the local paper. A letter to the editor is usually written in response to a recent article the newspaper has published, presenting your response to the article. An op-ed can be about any current events topic of significance. If you choose to draft a letter to the editor instead of an op-ed, make sure to reference the original article that you are responding to. In both cases, make sure to provide sources for interested readers to become further informed on the topic. Using everything you have learned in this and the previous modules, you can go out into your community and educate others about springs conservation. Educating others is possibly the greatest impact you can have. You can give a talk to your school or community organization, your church group, a local HOA that might be near or in an important spring shed, at a community meeting, or to a local scout troop. If you would like additional information on how to contact your representatives or on any issues of springs policy, see the above links as well as the relevant agency websites. This presentation was produced by Save the Manatee Club with funding and support from the Protect Florida Springs Grant Program.